Good afternoon, everyone. So, today we will continue with the class of occupational health. Today's class is on what are the health problems due to industrialization. So, first, a quick recap of the last class. So, occupational hazards. Yes, what are occupational hazards? Various hazards. Can you tell me the classification of various hazards? How they are classified into various categories? Yes. Yes. She said physical, chemical, biological, psychological, etc. Sit down. Yes. Can you tell me about physical hazards? Yes. आप बताइए. Physical hazards. These are the occupational hazards due to various physical agents. क्या क्या हो सकते हैं physical agents? Yes. जो environment में है आपके वो क्या physical agents हैं? Yes. Next student. Next. फिजिकल हजार्ड्स में एजेंट्स क्या हैं? फिजिकल एजेंट्स क्या हैं? जो हीट हो गया, कोल्ड हो गया, और क्या होते हैं? यस, एनी आइडिया? यस, लाइट, नॉइज, वाइब्रेशन, हीट, कोल्ड. These are the various physical agents which cause physical hazard. Sit down. नेक्स्ट आप बताइए. नेक्स्ट रो, लास्ट स्टूडेंट. यस. केमिकल हजार्ड. नो आइडिया. नेक्स्ट. यस. ड्यू टू इंसेक्टिसाइड. तो कौन एक्सपोज होंगे? विच टाइप ऑफ वर्कर विल बी एक्सपोज टू these type of hazards? You said insecticide. Farmers. Any other chemical? इंडस्ट्रीज में केमिकल्स यूज होते हैं, वेरियस टाइप्स ऑफ केमिकल्स. एनी एग्जांपल? कोई कार्सिनोजन भी होता है कुछ केमिकल्स. ऐसी इंडस्ट्रीज जो केमिकल्स यूज होते हैं प्रोलॉन्ग एक्सपोजर में, इट लेड्स टू कार्सिनोजेनिक इफेक्ट. Asbestos, yes. A type of asbestos can lead to asbestosis. That is a type of pneumoconiosis. And another example, which is a common example, is use of aniline dye. It leads to which type of cancer? Bladder cancer. कुछ इंडस्ट्रीज जहाँ पे एनिलिन डाई यूज की जाती है, प्रोलॉन्ग्ड एक्सपोजर पे उसके जो वर्कर्स हैं दे आर at risk of bladder cancer. Sit down. So this is a historical incident late in 1908. This was a worker in one of the industries, Harry McShane. Age was just 16 years, and he had his left arm pulled off near shoulder and right leg broken through kneecap by being caught on the belt of a machine in Spring Factory in May 1908. And he was not new to this factory. He was working there since more than 2 years. So after this incident, no attention was paid by the employers to the boy either at the hospital or home. according to the statement of boy's father. No compensation was given to this boy by factory owners. So this incident I'm telling you to tell you कि late in 1908 में वहाँ उस टाइम पे occupational health जो है उसको attention नहीं दी जाती थी. But now scenario is that government has passed various acts and formed various laws और जो workers हैं उनके compensation के लिए भी काफ़ी गवर्नमेंट ने एक्ट्स बनाए हैं सो दैट अगर कुछ इस तरह से ऑक्यूपेशनल हजार्ड्स होते हैं वर्कर्स के साथ तो उनको कॉम्पनसेशन मिले या उसके प्रिवेंशन के लिए उनकी सिक्योरिटी के लिए कुछ. यस क्या हो गया? यस स्टैंड अप. व्हाई आर यू लाफिंग? सबको बताओ क्या ऐसी क्या बात हो गई? Don't disturb the whole class. Sit down. So, historical background behind development of related to occupation is there was a scientist Ramazani. He is the father of industrial hygiene. So, pre-Ramazani phase जो साइंटिस्ट हैं जिन्होंने इस तरफ वर्क किया, Hippocrates, he worked on lead toxicity in miners. Galen, he worked on miners, tanners, and chemists. Then post-Ramazani phase, legislation were passed regarding occupational health in countries like England and various European countries. And in 1930, industrial hygiene पे फोकस दिया कई कंट्रीज ने. 1940 the importance was realized that this is an important thing, occupational health. It should be. Please sit down fast. So preventive medicine and occupational health, they have the same aim. Prevention of disease and maintenance of highest degree of physical, mental and social well-being of workers in all occupations. And the levels of application are health promotion, specific protection, early diagnosis and treatment, disability limitation and rehabilitation. So what occupational health is? The definition which is given by International Labour Organization WHO in 1950, and this definition was later revised, and it says occupational health should aim at the promotion and maintenance of highest degree of physical, mental and social well-being of workers in all occupations. The prevention among workers of departures from health caused by their working conditions, the protection of workers in their employment from risk resulting from factors adverse to health, the placing and maintenance of worker in an occupational environment adapted to his physiological and psychological equipment, and to summarize the adaptation of work to man and of each man to his job. So occupational health, it is an application of preventive medicine in all places of employment. Now about health of the worker. So there are some factors which influence the health of whole population. So likewise, the same factors these factors they apply for industrial workers also. For example, housing conditions, water, sewage disposal, waste disposal, nutrition and education. So the aim is to provide a safe occupational environment to safeguard the health of the workers, and if the health of the workers it will be taken care of, then industrial production will increase. So occupational environment, it is a sum of various factors which prevail at work and have a bearing on health of working population, like interaction of man with physical, chemical and biological agents, man and machine, and man, that is various psychological factors, etc. So man and machine. Industry or factory implies the use of machines driven by power with emphasis on mass production. If the machines they are unguarded, or the parts they are protruding, poor installation is there, or safety measures if they are not there, then it may cause various accidents. Working hours if they are long in unphysiological posture, it may cause problems like fatigue, backache, various diseases related to joints, muscles, and impairment of workers' health, and overall efficiency of work will be decreased. Now, various psychological factors they also operate at the place of work, like the various human relationships amongst the workers and relationships with those of authorities over them. Psychological factors they influence the type of work, the rhythm of work stability, service conditions, job satisfaction, leadership style, security, workers' participation, communication among workers, the system of payment of their salaries, welfare conditions, and the degree of responsibility given to a particular worker. All these factors they have a psychological impact. Now, occupational environment it is very important, same as domestic environment. Ecological approach is that occupational health it represents a dynamic equilibrium or adjustment between the environment in which the worker is working. So the various types of hazards related to occupation are physical hazard, chemical, biological, mechanical, and psychosocial. So we have discussed all these hazards in the last class. Physical hazards are noise, light, vibration, low pressure, high temperature or low temperature, non-ionizing radiation. Pneumoconiosis we have already discussed. There are two types, major and minor. Major are silicosis, asbestosis and anthracosis, and minor category includes bagasosis, biocinosis and farmer's lung. So some occupational hazards they may even lead to cancer. It is a serious problem in industry. The sites of body most commonly affected are skin, lungs, bladder and blood forming organs. So not only workers working in factories or industries are exposed to various hazards, but also those involved in occupation like agriculture. So the hazards which occur in workers in agricultural activities are physical hazards, which most commonly they are due to heat or cold. Chemical hazards, which they use in fertilizers, pesticides, insecticides. Biological hazards because they are exposed to environments, and if they are handling cattle, then certain zoonotic diseases they may be transmitted, and various accidents may occur because nowadays agriculture machineries are also used like tractors, harvesters, etc. Now about accidents in industry. Industries which are known for accidents more commonly are mining, especially coal industry, coal mining, and construction work. Nearly 3 million men are lost yearly due to accidents caused in industries. And the causes they are related to human factors and environmental factors. So various factors are physical factors, physiological factors, psychological factors, environmental factors like temperature, poor illumination, humidity, noise due to unsafe machines, and 10 to 20% of all the accidents they are due to unsafe machines. So how these accidents can be prevented? By adequate pre-placement examination, that is before employment of a worker, clinical checkup is done before placement whether the particular person is fit for doing that job or not. Adequate job training, continuing education through workshops, etc. Ensure safe working environment, that is not only the temperature, etc., but also the condition of machines should be good. Establishment of safety department in organization under competent safety engineer. Periodic survey for finding out hazards. Carefully reporting and maintenance of records and publicity. So all these are the preventive measures by which accidents in industries can be prevented. Now there is a term sickness absenteeism. Absenteeism, it is a useful index in industry to assess the state of health of workers and their physical, mental and social well-being. Now the causes of sickness absenteeism. इकोनॉमिक कॉजेज, दैट इज जिस फैक्ट्री में वो एम्प्लॉय है वर्कर, वहाँ से फाइनेंशियल उसको बेनिफिट नहीं मिल पा रहा है. मेडिकल कॉजेज, वर्कर हैज एनी डिजीज कंडीशन. सोशल कॉजेज may be related to family or any other social cause, and non-occupational causes not related to the occupation. All these causes may lead to absence of the worker from working. That is known as sickness absenteeism. Now, what are the various health problems due to industrialization? Environmental sanitation problems, communicable diseases, food sanitation, mental health, accidents, social problems, morbidity and mortality. So among environmental sanitation problems, first is housing. So because number of workers, they come from villages to work in factories. So ultimately there is rise in the number of slums and insanitary dwellings. Water pollution, because the industries, the waste from the industries, if it is liquid waste, then if it is not treated properly and the waste is released into water sources, it will lead to pollution of water bodies. Air pollution is due to discharge from the industries, gases which are discharged from factories. They are toxic. Other gases, smoke, dust, they are discharged into atmosphere and it leads to air pollution. Sewage disposal. The sewage, if it is not disposed of properly and it is released into water source, it will contaminate the water bodies and also soil with parasitic larvae and ova. Communicable diseases like tuberculosis, venereal diseases and waterborne diseases, there may be rise in such type of diseases due to industrialization. If the food is unhygienic, it is consumed, it will lead to various gastrointestinal diseases, especially typhoid. Mental health of the worker is affected because they are coming from rural areas and now they are working in a completely different environment. So it may lead to effect on their mental health. Accidents, they may be there due to congestion, vehicular traffic, increased tempo of life. There may be rise in social problems like alcoholism, drug addiction, gambling, prostitution, increased divorce rates, higher incidence of crime, theft, etc. So overall morbidity and mortality is high. Now the various measures should be taken for protection of health of these workers. Nutrition, the status of their nutrition, it should be improved. It can be done by giving health education to workers. Communicable diseases, they can be controlled. Environmental sanitation, it should be taken care of. Water supply, then food, it should be the food which is consumed should be hygienic. There should be one toilet for 25 persons. General plant cleanliness. Whitewash should be done in industry after every 3 years. Sufficient space, working space should be sufficient, that is at least 500 cubic feet for every worker. Lighting should be appropriate because inappropriate lighting may lead to some accidents. Ventilation should be proper, cross ventilation should be there. The temperature inside should be maintained. Protection against hazards, protective measures should be taken. Mental health of the workers should be taken care of by methods like counseling. Measures for women and children, the various measures are maternity benefits, they should be given to pregnant women. Antenatal, natal and postnatal services should be provided. Night work should be prohibited for women and children, that is 7 p.m. to 6 a.m. Daycare facility should be there in factories if there are more than 30 females in that factory. No child below 14 years of age should be employed in any factory. Health education, various sessions should be taken time to time regarding health of the workers, and family planning, counseling sessions can be given, or education regarding family planning can be given